How everybody doing out there today? I'm here with part 2 of my video on childhood molestation, childhood sexual assault, or just sexual abuse. My first video, I gave out a couple stats, some numbers so everybody can know. It's 55% of most sexual assaults occur at home. Incest is the most common form. Today is not all about the numbers. I want to get into like the long-term effects and how we can help people heal to move forward. I'm still giving out stats because I did research on it because this is something I felt that I needed to get out there, spread this message because it's happening at an alarming rate, and that's not even to get into the trafficking, the human trafficking and all that. That's a whole nother video. But I have a daughter that's 14. So I understand the struggles of trying to communicate with a teenager. I got a son that's 9 and I got another one that's 2. But my daughter's a teenager, is in high school, so I understand the complications that come with, you know, as your child getting older, they want to tell you less because they want their little freedom. But if you build a type of relationship with them, something serious like that, they should be able to come to you with no problem. Even though they say most children who have been sexually assaulted don't report it until a year later, at least you would know. We need to get that year later down to at least 6 months till they tell you as soon as it happened. They call you in there or whatever. I want to talk about the long-term effects, which is amazing. How long somebody can go through life dealing with this type of burden that's on them. You know, it's most of them have higher levels of depression, guilt. They feel guilt, shame, self-blame, have eating disorders, and anxiety. But the most common is depression. And depression can lead down a dark road that I don't want nobody to go down to, because that can lead to suicide, self-mutilation, you know, things of that nature, because they feel self-hate by what was done to them when it's not your fault. If anybody's watching that's been molested, it's not your fault at all. Please don't blame yourself. It's the nasty motherfucker who did it to you fault. Excuse my language, but that's what he is, or that's what she is. That'll do anything to rob a child of their innocence and stunt their growth, because once they are molested, they are never the same again. Some people take it better, well, some kids take it better than others, but all of them are still affected. So it's nothing that's, some of them no, all of them are affected for the rest of their life. They compared childhood sexual abuse to post-traumatic stress syndrome. That's what the soldiers have when they come back from the war. And think about how important that is. A soldier who's out there seeing Lord knows what in the battle, in the field of battle. And then they have they come back dealing with that. Well, imagine a child who's not in the battlefield, who's at home, or well, most likely at home, and have to go through that. But then the crazy thing about a child is they may have to see that person who did it to them for the rest of their life without even being able to confront them or even put them on blast or anything, because they got all the self-doubt and self-guilt. That's something right there that's very vital in, I think, moving forward, to get most people who have been molested to understand it's not them. It was nothing you did wrong. I get tired of hearing the kids was hot where they wanted it. They nuts. No, a kid is going to be a kid. An adult that does something like that is the low of the low. I think they should be killed on sight. Honestly, that's my opinion. If you molest a little child, you need to be killed on sight. One of the most craziest things is, I think we give it a pass dealing because of who it might be. Like, say if we was coming up and we watched somebody older than us, a male, and he was trying to mess with the same girls I was trying to mess with. Now, he's older than me, but he's trying to mess with the same girls. We gave it a pass thinking that, damn, it's part of what's supposed to happen. But no, that ain't what's supposed to happen. As I got older, I learned that. I'm not supposed to be in my 20s preying on these little girls that's still in high school. That's unacceptable. Like, why not go out and get you a real woman instead of trying to get a younger chick? Especially when she's still in high school or maybe not even made it to high school. But that's the type of environment that grows from nobody never checking it. It goes unchecked for so long that the next generation think it's cool. The next generation think it's cool. Where older people is trying to get with younger people. Now, and I'm talking about younger people. Now, I ain't talking about like over 18 and maybe they 40. They grown. I'm talking about anybody under 17. 17 and under. And if you about 25, 24, anything of that nature, that's wrong, dog. You need some help. It's plenty of women out here. Why you gonna prey on the weak? Depression is mental illness. Is already something that's overlooked in black communities anyway. Well, he just crazy or he just does. But just imagine if that mental illness came from being touched the way he didn't want to be touched, or she didn't want to be touched. What if it stemmed from that? What are steps can we take to make things better? I think we need to communicate amongst your circle of friends, and your family. Anybody that's around young kids or around your kids, you should have some kind of communication with them to where it is known throughout your whole group that we don't allow that. If somebody touches you, you tell me. Or what the stats say is most kids tell their friends first. So if I'm chilling with my homeboy got kids and they are playing together. If my child was to tell his child, I hope that they built the type of relationship that where his child would tell him, and then it will get back to me, and us four can correct the situation, well, fix the situation. Get that person, get his ass up out of here. You know what I'm saying? But that's one of the steps. And also, like, this got to be a topic that's had amongst, like, at dinner tables, at family events. Like, we often get together and we want to celebrate the good times. But let's celebrate the good times as well as making everybody aware of the things that can happen that can affect a child's life for the future. I want all kids to do good because the kids are our future. So if we're not investing in our kids and try to make sure that their path to the start, that once they get out of school, that they got a straight arrow, not a straight arrow, that they got clear and free range to do whatever they want, and not have been compromised when they was younger. Those things, I think, needs to get more traction because my kids would tell me in a heartbeat, and I already know, if I'm going to jail or somebody going to the morgue because you put your hands on my kids, it's something I don't play. No, I don't play that one. But the main thing is the communication with our kids. Please talk with your friends, your boys. People that's been molested is, I know I talked to some people who have been molested. I'm not going to out nobody. I'm not even going to out the people who they said molested them. But I can say this, though. It's sad because most males who are molested end up having, I don't want to sound like I'm disparaging or saying looking down on it, but they end up having gay tendencies or end up being gay. I talked to somebody who said he was molested and then he knew it was wrong. But he wasn't born gay, but when he was molested, he knew it was wrong, but it was comfortable to go along with it because of the person who was doing it to him. If that made sense. Because, you know, he gained the trust and then you look up to that person. You got some sort of aberration for him just because of who he is anyway. But then after everything happened, I guess they said they was confused, but they weren't confused. But that's an internal battle that they having with their self. So that's something I can't, like, it's nobody that can get in somebody's brain and explain what they'd be going through throughout their lifetime. That's too much info. But the point of being there for somebody, be that shoulder for somebody to talk on. You never know what somebody's going through, but you can't be a person that's not you're trying to find out for an alternative motive. Like you're just trying to find out so you can out that person or, you know, put them on blast. Well, maybe the person who got molested is not ready for that. So you can't push them to the forefront. Just listen at them and help them heal. And then from that point on, you two can move and take steps together to try to get that person some closure and also get the person who did it some help, whether it be jail or the mental institute. That person needs some help. Anybody that preys on kids, I know I said this in the beginning, anybody that preys on kids needs help. But that's all for my video today. You can go get this shirt at shop.stoop.com. I appreciate your comments. Please leave them at the bottom. I respond to all comments as fast as I can. And I appreciate y'all following me. I'll probably put out some more videos. I'll probably drop another one today on another topic. So y'all have a nice day. Stay positive and keep your head up.